Radio, let's move on time, that's a ratio. Dino tune on, welcome to the show. Yeah, gotta let them know. G-O-A-T-Y, G-O-A-T-Y.
Who was a GOAT? Give me your vote. Whipping my shirt, thinking I'm Hope. Hollywood Hogan and W.O. Give him the boot, top of the ropes. Put him to sleep, give him the choke. Go radio, best of all time, didn't know. Talking the game, chat with the pros. Switching the lanes, clearing my throat. Turning it up, start a debate. It's time to go, wrestle with grace. Ball in the snow, tie up his skates. Never too late, it's gonna blow. In the garage, counting some dough. With the big man and he hosting the show. We going global, so fast, never slow. Who is the GOAT of our ghosts?
G-O-A-T-Y. Radio, let's move on time, that's a ratio. Dino tune on, welcome to the show. Yeah, gotta let them know. G-O-A-T-Y, G-O-A-T-Y, G-O-A-T-Y. Radio, let's move on time, that's a ratio. Dino tune on, welcome to the show. Yeah, gotta let them know. G-O-A-T-Y, G-O-A-T-Y.
GOAT fans, we are back for another episode. We are jacked up for this one. I'm the big man, and joining me is GOAT co-host Nucci. Nucci, we have been itching to get this man on the pod for a while now, and it is because he's responsible for mine and yours and many of the boys and many athletes out around the world for some of the greatest times in the GOAT, one of the GOAT cities on the damn planet. Ladies and gentlemen, GOAT Radio welcomes VIP host for Tao Group in Las Vegas, Robbie Gallegos, aka Tattooed Robbie.
What's up, boys? How you doing?
Wow, we got him.
We got him.
Finally tracked him down. Mr. Worldwide.
It's my Saturday. It's my Saturday, so we're good.
Industry nights.
Yep.
Oh, boys, first things first, the GOAT fans know the drill. We got to say what we're wearing. Okay, so I'll start. I am wearing the Charlie Conway 96 green jersey District 5 with the yellow trim. Okay? And then around my neck here.
There you go. You stole it.
Wet Republic. No, not me. Someone did, but
Yeah.
charge them $250 probably for that.
Add it to the bill.
I'm feeling the last name's Gordic on that one.
Maybe vacation. Yeah. Nucci, what do you got wearing?
I had to go to my parents' place to dig this one up. It's my let's see if it breaks up too much. The Las Vegas Wranglers final season jersey, number 40, my very own one. Yeah, it was it's a special jersey for me, and it's a beauty. I think I got to get it maybe framed up one day when I have some more space. And I got the Wet Republic cap here, courtesy of the man himself here, Robbie.
Love it when you rock all the stuff. Yeah. I got a it's courtesy of my boy Nate with the New Jersey Devils. Last year Vegas had the All-Star game. So he got me a jersey and had all the boys sign it.
Wow.
Beauty.
All-Star roster from 2021, 2022 season.
Wow. Can you point out some guys on there for the GOAT fans?
Can't even read them. Let's see. We got them all. They're all in there.
They're all in there.
All the Atlantic and all the Metro.
Okay.
So Sid,
Couple
Ovi,
divs.
all the big dogs.
Ooh, couple goats.
I'm gonna donate this one to the Goat Raj.
Oh,
It
Oh,
should be
man.
hanging behind you pretty soon here.
oh yeah. I can go right beside Messi.
There you go.
All right. Robbie, what'd you get up to last night? I know you were at the main event, the baddest man on the planet fight, MMA fight,
The real
John
goat.
Jones and Kane.
That was awesome. It was pretty fun to watch. Good atmosphere, T-Mobile. I went with one of my customers, Mike, who had a suite. It was awesome. I mean, it lasted what, 60 seconds, maybe 90 seconds.
Yeah.
Before the fight, he's like, "What do you think? What should I do?" And I was like, "Bet every dollar you have on John Jones to win by knockout or submission." It was plus 350. So he put a nice little 50K on it, plus 350.
Oh my God.
Got a nice high five out of it.
I was going opposite on that one, man. 3 years, I thought he would be rusty, but holy crap, he is the GOAT.
Yep. Didn't have to cut weight. Never lost a fight. Never lost a round. No one comes close.
I know in his the pre interview he had, he said he wasn't getting lit after the fight. You met him after. Where was the post party?
His post fight party was at Hakkasan, one of our venues inside the MGM. So he hosted it. Big DJ 4B came out. So lots of people came in. All the tables were firing off, and we had a cool little meet and greet for the top customers of the night. So my good customer Mike got to go meet him in a skybox, take a quick picture, get a little signed UFC glove, and he was pretty happy. It only cost him about 10 grand.
We can sell that glove and make it back. Well, he already made a bit of money off that fight, I guess.
Yeah, he didn't care.
Did he booze?
I did not see him boozing.
Wow. All right. Good for him.
He was doing a lot of handshakes, high fives, fist up pictures, just being a man of the people. So
he had a lot of energy because he didn't need to use
any
like, during the fight.
Yeah, he had I don't think he broke a sweat. So
no, got kicked in the nuts, but
yeah, he had 2 big stage tables next to the DJ. He had about 60 people with him in his little crew entourage. So
is he massive in person?
He's the biggest human you've ever seen.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Like, it's crazy. And he's like long too.
Bigger than the big man?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
Big man looks like you compared to him.
Oh, I bet. All right. Tattoo Robbie, VIP host for Tau Group in Vegas. The greatest we've claimed Vegas the absolute GOAT city, I 100%. Think, on the planet. But how did you get into this wild business of yours?
Pretty crazy. I moved to Vegas after I was done with college. I went to college to be a motorcycle mechanic.
Wow.
Work on like dirt bikes and all that stuff. And then moved to Vegas to work at a shop. And then that like really wasn't panning out. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. And a buddy of mine, actually my best friend, he's like, "Hey, I party all the time. I can hit up one of my friends and see if they can get you a job in like the club." I'm like, "Yeah, doing what?" He's like, "I have no idea. Let's figure it out." I got hired as a promoter at Hard Rock Rehab in 2008, 2009, maybe. And it was the first pool party in Vegas, 21 and up. You couldn't get in if you were 2 dudes and you had a $5,000 table. Unless you tipped $500 to like get in line, you couldn't even get in. It was just full of girls. It was a wild time in Vegas. There's before Instagram, before like, you know what I mean? Like social media really. So everyone's there to party. No one's on their phone. No one's videotaping, like full on just madness.
Just so no fear.
No one cared.
No photos.
That's how I started and did that for a few years at the Hard Rock. And then opened Omnia, about 7 years ago. And that was the biggest, baddest nightclub in the world, still is. And that was part of Hakkasan Group at the time. And then just recently, about 2 years ago, we got bought by Tau Group. So now we own 9 nightclubs and pools on the Strip, along with like 7 or 8 restaurants on Las Vegas Boulevard. So we kind of own the Strip.
Damn, they took over, and that was just recently, right? You're saying?
Yeah, just after COVID, when everything started getting back to normal.
Is it back to normal? Like, because in Canada, it ain't.
Oh, we've been back to normal for a good 2 years now.
Oh, wow.
No, I haven't worn a mask in 2 years. Yeah, it's back to normal.
Yeah, I was there in the fall there, and it was normal, like Raiders game,
Yeah,
and
Jesus wedding.
yeah, exactly. Everything was normal. That summer I came, the summer before, we had to wear masks to the soccer game there. Remember the
At
USA Mexico final?
2021 beginning, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, here it's kind of normal, but we don't have the crowds and everything that Vegas deals with night in, night out. So,
True. I mean, it's wild because like when everything was going down, my buddy plays in Germany, plays puck in Germany. My boy Brandon Alderson, he went back to Toronto and he had to like quarantine in a hotel for like 5 days and then quarantine at home for like another 7, where he had to like go on Zoom with a doctor and take a test and show him his negative. I was like, no way, dude. He's like, it's insane.
yeah,
Canadian government was wild.
still is. But it's crazy because the US is like the only country now that needs a proof of vaccination to get in.
Really?
Yeah, like Djokovic just got denied entry to the US for tennis, but it's weird. Like the one that basically didn't have a lot of the or cut the rules off early on is like the one that still has this weird rule. But hey, we're past that now. Fuck.
Goodness.
Nucci, you got to ask Tattoo Robbie. You call him the director of fun or something.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the nickname he's had for a while. And how did you become not just a director of fun for the average Joe, but for now like NHL teams and
Yeah.
athletes of all sports, basically?
It's pretty wild how it all, I mean, at first year I was a promoter. I was like 21, 22. So you just basically work on getting people in the clubs. You don't worry about tables or any of that stuff. Then you kind of work your way up. You become like a host where now you got to sell the real estate inside the club, right? Every night, every table has a different price range. You want the best table, it's $5,000. So you got to spend $5,000 in booze and tequila and whatever you want to do, right? Back of the room, $1,000. You know, it's all based on real estate. So, doing that for a while. And then we had the Wranglers here, and my dad was actually the team photographer. So he would, obviously talk to all the boys, and they're all young, pro athletes, even though they're making like $500 a week before tax. So he would connect them with me, and I'd take care of them. I'd get them, bottle deals here and there, and hang out with them. Like I play puck too, so kind of the locker room camaraderie we had. And then I think how'd we meet on that college tournament, right?
I think that was the first time, yeah.
And then you
And I
ended
was
up
like,
signing here.
yeah, like 2 years later after I graduated.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, Fanucci comes down. He gets my number from one of the was it Ned?
Might have been Ned, yeah.
Ned Lukasevic gets my number from him. He's like, "Oh, this guy will take care of you." And for like legit like 2 months, these guys are messaging me, like telling me, "Oh, we're coming for a hockey tournament. It's all college players. Like some guys are drafted, like studs. It's gonna be fun. We want to do this, and this." I'm like, "Yeah, I got you. They finally get here and they're like, "Hey, one of our guys couldn't come past the border. We need you to play." And I'm like, "Buddy, I've never played organized hockey. I played beer league. I started skating when I was 21. They're like, "You'll be fine. Don't worry about it." So first game I come in, guys are like pinching. I dump it in the zone. Everyone dies laughing.
This was 3-on-3, I think.
It. Yeah, 3-on-3. Dumps it in the zone. I'm like, as long as I didn't turn it over, we're good.
Like, who is this guy? I'm like, don't worry, he'll make up for it off the ice later tonight.
Yeah, I think then after that, the games are at weird times too. Yeah, like a 10 a.m. game and like a 4 p.m. game. So we'd leave the 10 a.m. game, go booze at the pool, party bus back to the rink, gear still wet, rip it up, beat the shit out of some team, and then go back to the club. And then all the other teams started hearing about how much fun we were having. So they start tagging along. And a couple of them were like some big dogs, right?
Yeah, there was some sick players in that tournament. I don't know how many years it went down, but by the last night we had like the Beast limo full of like 20 other
20 other
players from other teams and stuff. So
is the Beast still kicking?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Drew, shout out Drew.
Drew's the man.
Yeah.
Fits 30.
Beast limos.
It's held the cup 5 times now.
Wow.
Damn. So then, then you were doing all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Just after meeting all the boys, and then, eventually like meet all your boys and Richetti's and all those crazy crazy dudes. You know, there's 14 Gordics and all that. So it's kind of just like a big spider web, right? Like you meet a group of people and then their buddies are coming. So they introduce you and then they got buddies in that group. And, you know, with the hockey worlds, it really is tiny, right? Like guys played growing up and, you know, eventually everyone goes their separate ways and become big time bankers or real estate agents or whatever, right? So the hockey world's small, so you start getting a good reputation for yourself and guys start to trust you. And that's the biggest thing is they want to have fun. They don't care about spending the money. They just don't want to feel taken advantage of. So I just make sure, you know, whether it's a group of 4 dudes spending $500 or, you know, 20 NHL players spending 20 grand, I treat everyone the same. I'm not very biased. So I just want to make sure everyone has fun. No one gets in trouble. Everything, no Jared Stoles or anything, you know, everything stays good. So after doing that, you know, the Wranglers were here till 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
And then we got the big dogs. We got the Knights come in town. So after that happened, there was a reason for every single team to come to Vegas during the season. It wasn't just like summertime bachelor party, pool parties. You know what I mean? So I've probably done every rookie party in the NHL in Vegas at some point over the last 6 years.
Oh man.
I guess that's the new hot spot. I know some guys say Vancouver was a good one.
Yeah, Vancouver used to be it for a while, and then, you know, guys are doing LA, but it's different in Vegas, right? Like Crosby, McDavid, all those guys, they can walk into a nightclub in Vegas and nobody has a clue who they are. They can't really go out in Toronto or Vancouver or anywhere in Canada for sure.
Definitely.
Like New York, stuff like that. So I think the bigness of the city, even though it's a small town, everyone's a tourist.
Mm-hmm.
They're just having fun. Guys just want to have fun without, you know, being on TMZ or any of that nonsense, you know?
And how does it work for like getting them set up, whether they're coming through on a road trip and just like team event or a rookie party or any of that?
You know, I'll have a few contacts on each team to where it's either players or, you know, equipment staff or even coaches and stuff. And once that schedule releases in the summer, I start, you know, circling dates. I'm like, all right, you know, because the East Coast teams only come here once because they only play twice, you know, the Vegas.
Yeah, home and home.
So, they're coming in on Tuesday. Oh, they're coming from Colorado, a game on Saturday. They probably have a go night Sunday night. So you start putting it in their ear when the schedule comes out, and then, you know, guys go to camp and they start talking about it. You know, they get the green light from the coach. Like, you got 30 millionaires that are grown men, right? So
they're circling that date too on their calendars.
Yeah, 100%. So the West Coast teams are a little different. They either do it like beginning of the year when there's like no consequence if they, you know, shit the bed, or end of the year, like right about now when they know they're not in the playoffs, right? So you get their travel schedules, and, you know, I got people everywhere, so I can see that, you know, the game ends in Arizona at 9:00. It's an hour flight. Saturday night, they could probably be out by midnight if they wanted to. So you tell them, hey, if we want to go out, we can. If not, if boys want to gamble and, you know, mosey around, we're all good. And some guys start getting excited once they get on that big private jet and ready to rip once they land.
Have you noticed over the last years that like teams are giving the players those days before or after a Vegas trip, or do you find them coming in and out more now?
No, I think they came in and out a lot quicker the first couple of years, and then they realized like these guys are going to go out regardless. So if we give them an extra day, or like, you know, we had a team last week that played Wednesday night, and then their game wasn't until Friday. So instead of leaving Wednesday from here to another road trip, they gave them a Thursday practice. So they went out Wednesday night, Thursday, you know, no big deal. Sweat it out. Jump on the plane, go to, you know, Arizona, Colorado, LA, wherever they were going.
Wow.
Respect that. The boys, that goes a long way with the fellas in the room when the staff is doing that. So got to get the results too. That probably helps a lot.
For sure.
It's tough too when Vegas is as good as they are for the past, you know, 6 years. They've been contenders ever since they started. So it was definitely, I definitely accounted for a couple points that very first season.
We should have been asking you betting tips to see how hard guys went the night before.
I almost blew it one time because I had a team come from the East Coast. They were amped up. They're like full team go. We're coming in Thursday night, game Saturday, go night Thursday. I'm like, cool. They go, they rip it up, like rip it up. First year in Vegas, and this is like first month of the season. So I'm telling everyone, I'm like, yo, these guys are gonna be hung. Like every dollar you have on Vegas on Saturday, like 2:00 game, something weird. So I told 200 people to bet on Vegas. Puck line didn't matter. So I go watch warmups. The visiting team buckets off during warmups, just flying around. I'm like, this is not good. Puck drops, first 3 shots, 2 goals. They're up 2-0. I'm like, this is going to end terribly. The booze, the hangover kicked in, and then all of a sudden they had 15 shots for the total game, lost 7-2. So it was first 5 minutes they were buzzing up.
Oh, that's awesome.
Robbie, we often ask our pro athletes what their pregame routine is. What's your pregame party routine, including like the meal and everything involved?
That's tough. It depends what time of the year, right? So like summer, it's brutal because you're at the pool at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Pool opens at 11, taking care of people all day. It's 100 degrees. You get off about 4:30, 5 o'clock, go home, crush some food. You got to be back at the club by 9:30. So you either keep her going or try and have a nap. Like if it's a Thursday or Friday and you got 2 days left. So you either keep her going or you just black out curtains, power nap, get up, shower, suit on, go do it again. Get off the club like 4, get home 5, eat a little food, power nap again, back up at 9, back to the pool at 10, 4 days in a row from probably March to October. Just going.
So do you have like, where do you fit up your ice time? You like to play hockey?
We play, we play hockey during the week. Thank goodness.
Oh.
So my team, we've been playing on Wednesdays for like 12 years, and our games are pretty late for like normal people, but luckily it's like most of us are industry, so we're used to being up pretty late. So like our games start at like 9:45 and 10:15.
I always wondered what's the most an athlete or a team has spent.
Oh.
It's got to be a nutty amount.
We had they'll remain nameless, but we had a good rookie party this year about mid-December. Team came in and they were like, listen, we got 7 rookies. We have 5 real rookies and 2 guys who haven't paid for one. So we're gonna give it to them. I was like, whatever you need to do. They're like, dinner, club, we're gonna make them feel it. I was like, okay. So they spent like 70 grand after dinner and nightclub and all that stuff. Rookies were choked.
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
I mean, we're talking NHL rookies, not like NBA and NFL rookies.
I mean, some of them are on still good deals. So
yeah, but still, like, man.
So it's probably 10 grand a rookie, and guys were just ordering like $300 tequila shots, $1,000 bottle of wine, take 2 sips, get a new one.
Oh,
oh that's awesome.
Okay, well, that's pretty wild, man. This kind of goes into the next couple questions here. They're 2-parter. The best pool party story, we'll start with that since it's usually the first party of the day. Maybe a best pool party story you've had, and then or experience or heard of, and then same thing for a nightclub story or experience.
To narrow it down is gonna be tough. Well, we had a good one with you there, Gordon, huh?
Which party, man? Is that Wet probably?
The Eagles logo on the screen.
Yeah, at Wet. I actually have a bunch of pictures we're gonna put up with this YouTube session. It's gonna be unreal.
You guys had what, 15, 16 boys?
Oh, probably more.
Yeah.
I think that's 20. How many ended up showing up though.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a good one. That was a fun one because everyone was 100% go. There was no one who was like, I don't know, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And then you guys are doing backflips in the 3-foot private pool.
Yeah, the other Loesch.
Yeah, still the craziest video I have on my phone. The backflip into a private 3-foot pool without killing himself.
That absolutely shocked the security.
Yeah. and then Carlo trying to get on the floaty, trying not to fall off for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, we got a guy backflipping and I can't barely get onto a
Get on a
floaty. Oh man.
But there's a lot of them, man. It's toned down a little than from what it used to be. It honestly used to be a lot crazier before, like, honestly, Instagram and iPhones.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of dating myself, but before then, like, no one gave a shit what was going on. There'd just be, wild shit going on. So guys are, spending money, just being idiots, having fun. Can't take it with you, right?
Yeah, exactly. Anything nightclub too. I remember, I think that same trip, you set us up there at Hakkasan, and then you ended up, heading home, and you're getting texts from some of the guys working there saying, "Hey, these guys have their shirts off."
Yeah.
And are like smacking each
Tied
other's
around their
chests.
heads. We're about to kick them out. So if you want to let them know.
Oh man.
Honestly, some of the greatest times. I'm not just saying that. And even for Richetti's stag, it was 10 years ago this June, actually, and he's actually planning on. Yeah,
I still have a Ricchetti bachelor party tank top.
The farewell tour shirt.
Yeah, it's a little tight these days, but
Yeah, same.
still in there.
And he's actually planning a 10-year couples retreat out there in June. I haven't booked yet, but it should still be awesome.
We'll send them to Magic Mike and we can go have fun.
A lot of fun there, man.
So, Robbie, you've been hosting, promoting, directing for over a decade, right? 10, 15 years?
Yeah, like 13 years now.
So the key to become a GOAT criteria of longevity, what's the key to your longevity in this crazy business you're in? Like when we and Nucci go down and our boys go down we're 3 days maximum, and then we got to get the fuck out of there. How do you do it, man?
I mean, it does get tiring sometimes, but then you just got to think, like, if you guys came into town, right, you're probably looking forward to it for 6-7 months, maybe longer, right? Saving your money, planning, hitting the gym, getting the tan, looking good, right? Like as soon as you guys leave, you're tired, you're out of here. There's another group of, bachelor party, birthday party, whatever, coming on their way to Vegas, like ready to rip. Yeah. So I feel like I don't want to cheat them, right? Like I don't want to be like, oh, you guys are set up, check in over here, have fun, see ya. I feel like, when people call me, there's a reason, right? Like someone gave them my number or their friend knows me, call Robbie, he'll take care of everything, dinners, restaurants, clubs, pools, shows. He'll make, limo Drew. He'll make sure everything goes off without a hitch. You don't have to worry about it. You just got to show up to where he says when he says it. So, kind of just, doing all the little things, setting things up, making sure everyone's good, giving them the rules like, hey, this is the dress code. Make sure you have ID. Make sure you don't have drugs. Like, basic stuff that kind of gets overlooked every now and then. But, just being honest with people too, not sneaking up like, oh, I got you a table. And they're like, how much is it? Like, oh, we'll get it taken care of. And then you get them to the club and then you like throw it on them. You're like, oh, it's $4,000. And they're like, man, our budget's $2,000. Like, what are we going to do now? It's 11:30 on a Friday night. We can't just go walk to another club and get a good spot. So I'm very transparent with everyone on costs, locations, cost, they want menus, this, that, and the other. So I think just having a good rep is how I've been able to stay so long, and then making all the connections I've made, through whether just hockey or anything else, just being a good dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, you're definitely known. Like it's crazy how many parts of the world you're probably.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look
right?
at that. You got traded to, where was it? In the UK?
Oh, when I went to Fife?
No.
Oh, in Swindon there.
Swindon.
Yeah.
How random is that? Little town in England.
Yeah.
I had some customers that lived there that played hockey, just, beer league dudes. My boy, rest in peace, Darren. They would come every year for 10 days. So every year for 10 days, him and about either 8 to 10 people would come, just rip it up every day, every night, dinners, clubs, pools, strip clubs, the whole nine. bring his crew. You know, some guys would come the next year that weren't there the year before, meet them, this, that, and the other. And I think I posted on Facebook or something. I'm like, good luck, Fanucci in Swindon. Next game, you had like 20 fans in the stands, dressed in Santa outfits.
That's right. Yeah, that was around Christmas. Yeah, that's what's crazy about like people coming from Europe or UK. Like we can go there in 3 hours and get in and out, but like those guys are flying 10 hours.
Oh
They
yeah,
go
so
for like a week to
for
2
a week,
weeks, and they like that's when they're like, "Oh, I'm going to Vegas." Like, "Oh man, that's like, how are you doing that?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just going for 2 or 3 days." They don't get it how close it is, and then because they go nuts for like 2 weeks.
Are they raging the entire time?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh
The whole
geez.
time.
The Brits can rage.
Brits can drink, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's crazy. They come for a week and then
And get so burnt because they're so pale.
so burnt. They haven't seen sun in months. But then, you know, it's wild because then I'll have like LA customers who during COVID, LA was like locked down. They would take a little PJ out here, come to the Cosmo for a night just to have good meal because they hadn't been to a restaurant in, 6-7 months. So obviously they got a little bit of money, but they would come check into the Cosmo. We'd go eat at STK or one of the spots there, go to the club, have a few drinks, fly home in the morning. It was wild. So it's easy to get when you're American or Canadian. And then, obviously the Euros, they come for a while.
Sick. So I guess, I mean, you got that All-Star jersey there, and then most recently down in Florida there, you went to this year's All-Star game. You basically had a backstage pass with kind of all the names that you've got to know over the years now. And how was that? What was that experience like? I know you were around quite a bit with the Vegas one, but this was probably you weren't working at this one. You were there, having fun probably.
I was there kind of having fun.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was good to see all the big boys, and meet some new ones that I haven't met before. It was kind of a weird setup because it's in Fort Lauderdale, but the rink is 45 minutes away in Sunrise. So that's kind of the reason the Florida Panthers have like the fan issues they have, is because Fort Lauderdale is where everyone lives, and then Sunrise 40 minutes away. That's where the rink is. So like you don't really have people from Fort Lauderdale going to support the team, which is kind of brutal because, they're a good squad. They were President's Trophy last year's. I think if they just had a rink downtown, they would crush it. It'd be just like going to a Heat game or something. Mm-hmm. But so all the festivities were down by the beach, down by the Ritz or the Four Seasons. Spittin' Chicklets guys were there. Missing Curfew guys were there. All the media was there. So it was good to see all the boys. And then I hung out a bit with my boy PK, who's on the broadcasting side of it now. So he kind of introduced me to some ESPN people and, set up some trips for the summer and had a good time.
Well, it looks like Go Radio is going to be at the next All-Star game. It looks like, Nucci?
Yeah, that's the path we're on, man.
Yeah.
Why not us?
No, I love it. I like, luckily, Tao Group understands that, building these relationships and doing that type of stuff is what's needed. So they sent me out there this year, and I'm sure Toronto's coming next year. And although it's going to be February and freezing, I'll probably be there as well.
Who won that 3-on-3 this year? That $1 million?
Oh, the Metro did.
Did they head out somewhere after that, or?
Fort Lauderdale's it's kind of like a bar town.
Yeah.
So a lot of the guys left right after the game because the game's, Saturday, I think it was, and the skills was Friday. So a lot more guys kind of went out after the skills because they're not really trying, honestly. Like, guys are all class. No one really wants to get hurt. It's kind of okay to watch, but for the casual hockey fan, they probably, don't appreciate the skill. So guys went out on Friday, and you kind of go to this bar and see a couple of these guys here, and go to this bar, see a couple of those guys there. But yeah, they were kind of all over. And then, there's no like clubs or anything down there. So it was all like beach bars and cool little cocktail spots. So it was pretty chill.
Awesome.
Anyone that stuck out as like a beauty that you wouldn't have maybe hadn't met yet or didn't know much about, or?
All the beauties that I know, they're beauties as well. So nameless, but we got after it.
Awesome. Any exciting plans as a VIP host this summer? What's happening?
This summer? No, I mean, we have, all our venues just, continuing to break records year after year in sales and revenue and attendance. So each year you kind of have like the new list of DJs that come in and you're excited to see some guys like Fisher's a big one that we have at Tau Beach, and Tau Beach is in its second year. They just did a big renovation just after COVID, took 2 years. It's incredible property. And then they did a big renovation at Wet Republic too. So bigger screens, better DJ booth, seating's a little better. We got more bungalows now. So just the summer grind as we call it, just, continue to make people have good experiences.
Gosh, we got to head there, Nucci.
Yeah, I mean, we got an excuse, right?
Nothing will ever beat. Had these boys from Vancouver told their girlfriends they were going to Whistler for a bachelor party. So they all leave with snowboard gear, ski gear, come to Vegas.
Wow.
In like March, April, probably. Party all weekends. They told the wives the cabin had no Wi-Fi. This was 10 years ago, so it's believable. Cell phones won't work, babe. We'll text you when we can. So last day of the trip, they all go to the tanning salon, put goggles on, so they all back to Vancouver.
Wow,
that's sick.
Yeah,
you can't do that anymore.
No, yeah,
No way.
There's no way.
Can't pull that off.
You got send me your location.
Yeah, FaceTime you right now.
The sneaky days are over.
Wow, that's awesome. So we'll end it with that, man, with that wicked story. How about we do some GOAT rapid fire, Tattoo Robbie?
Let's do it.
All right, go rapid fire. Give us your choice. You can expand if you want, or you can say next question. Are you ready?
Deal. I'm ready.
Let's GOAT. Alex Ovechkin or Sidney Crosby?
I'm an Ovi guy. He's got the swag. He's got the style. He's an absolute animal on and off the ice.
100%. Mitch Okay, this one, I know these guys are your boys here. So well, I'll leave it up to you. Mitch Marner or Austin Matthews?
I gotta go with Mitch. Mitchie Martin, 16. He's my dog.
Ooh, okay, nice.
All time in all aspects of everything.
He's wicked. Patrick Kane or Jack Eichel?
That's tough because I think Eichel's got a lot of hockey in front of him. I think Patty's on the back end of his career. Mm-hmm. Hopefully he's gonna, make a little run with the Rangers here. But for now, you got to go Kane.
LeBron James or Kobe?
Kobe, not even close.
Mamba.
Yeah.
Messi or Ronaldo?
I could care less. I hate soccer. I've watched more than an hour of soccer in my entire existence. I'd be surprised.
World Cup, you never
came with me. I dragged you to a game. I found the one guy that hates soccer the most in Vegas and asked him if he wanted to come.
Worst sport ever.
And wear a suit.
Yep. Full suit, 100 degrees. There.
Tiesto or Calvin Harris?
Calvin. Calvin's got more bangers for sure.
Yeah. This is a beauty of a question here. Andre the Giant or Yokozuna?
Andre, all day. Biggest hands ever.
This next one stumps a lot of people. Hulk Hogan or Ric Flair?
Nature Boy.
The Nature Boy.
Still doing
it. Woo! Okay. UFC or boxing? What
UFC.
event is sicker?
The energy at a UFC in Vegas on a Saturday night, nothing comes close to that.
When I went to, we had a bunch of us go to Tyson Fury and Wilder. The 75% of the arena was the Brits.
Yeah.
Chanting. That was unreal.
Go to a Connor McDavid, John Jones, or even like Patty the Batty now. Like it's bananas. Connor in his prime, like 3 years ago, there's no arena in the world that was probably louder than one of those. T-Mobile on a Saturday during the summer.
For sure.
Best ticket in the world.
Dana White or Vince McMahon?
Dana. He's done way more with it.
Ooh, really?
But you used to have to buy UFC on pay-per-view, and it was illegal in like 50 states.
Yeah.
Pay-per-view only, they'd have like 3 a year, no rules. They took it from that to what it is now.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Blonde or brunettes?
My wife's gonna hate this. I'm a child of the 90s, so Pamela Anderson, blondes all day.
The GOAT BC girl. Right, Nucci?
Oh yeah, Pam,
Pam.
Full time.
Pamela.
All around best casino.
I think the Cosmo has the best vibes. The wind's a little nicer, but it's kind of, you know, a little more stuck up. MGM's really fun, but it's not, you know, it's not up there with the Cosmo. Cosmo's got the best restaurants. You know, one of our venues, Marquee Day Club and nightclubs in there. Casino's always bumping. Everyone's younger, good looking, has money. Like,
Good location.
great location. Yeah, dead center of the strip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wet Republic or Hakkasan nightclub?
Nothing's better than a Wet Republic on the Saturday in the summertime at 3 p.m.
Oh, Nucci, you are nodding your head.
I thought you had a hockey night in Canada towel around your neck when we first started.
Oh,
I didn't know that's what it was.
I have that too, but chicken wings or chicken strips at the pool?
Chicken fingers.
Chicken fingers.
There you go.
At wet.
Okay. At Wet.
Chicken fingers at Wet Republic.
How many chicken fingers are in the pool at the end of the damn party?
Oh, none. I won't eat some.
Okay. Biggest hidden secret thing to do in Vegas?
Ooh, that's tough. Hidden secret.
Yeah.
Or like that most people don't know about. That's like
It's a hidden
lot of
gem.
fun or
Hidden gem.
Top golf's pretty fun.
Mm.
Golf, casual little Sunday, September, nice weather, watching some sport, watching, you know, some NFL football or college football on Saturday. You got the screens that are 200 yards away, but they're so big.
Mm.
It's crystal clear, hitting some balls, you know, getting a couple cocktails. They also have a pool too. So top golf is definitely a must when you're in Vegas. That not a lot of people know about. Even if you don't like golf, it's still fun.
Yeah. What is the most common booze or liquor athletes buy?
It used to be Patron because it was always in all the, you know, all the
rap songs.
pop songs, rap songs, and everything. But it's kind of faded away from that. I think Casamigos now is taking the throne for most, you know, 1942, Don Julio, Casamigos, Casa Azul. I mean, it's a little pricier, but tequila.
What does that go for at a club with the markup?
Depends if it's a holiday weekend or not. I think it's 2,200, 2,500 a bottle.
That's some people's mins.
For sure.
Damn.
So
Bauer or CCM equipment?
I'm not good enough to notice, and I'm lucky I have enough connections in the hockey world to where I get both. So whoever sends me the newest shit is what I wear. Right now I got Bauer on the feet, CCM on the dome, and Bauer in the hands. So I'm all over the place.
Nice. We know you're a fan of both of these teams. Who would you rather win? The New York Jets, a Super Bowl, or Vegas Golden Knights Stanley Cup?
Vegas Golden Knights, just because what it would do for the city. Like everyone here is a Vegas fan because they're an expansion, right? Like they didn't move from somewhere. Like the Raiders are cool. Everyone loves the Raiders, but people already had kind of like their teams, right? Like I have the Jets. You know, my mom's a 49ers fan. We live here. So like when they play, they're cheering for the other team. So everyone in Vegas that's, you know, lives in Vegas is a Knights fan.
What's more popular, the Raiders or Knights?
I think it's tougher to get Raiders tickets just because there's only 8 a year, 8 home games. And then Knights, there's, you know, 40, 42. So the Knights are more popular. The Raiders are, you know, a harder ticket to get, but there are, you know, 70,000 seats in the Raiders and there's only 19,000 in the Knights. So a Wednesday or a Tuesday or a Monday game for, you know, the Golden Knights is bumping. Probably not anywhere else in the country is as busy as that, because a lot of lot of the locals are industry, right? So like the Friday, Saturday night games, we really can't go. So they're more tourism games for, you know, the visiting teams or people coming to catch a game, people that were just here catching a game. So it's a lot more tourists on the weekends, a lot more locals during the week.
Favorite restaurant on the strip?
Right now, I have to go with my boys at Cosmo, the STK Steakhouse. Food's always good.
Unreal.
Adding little things to the menu. DJ's always bumping. Good vibe. Good looking people everywhere. Always busy. Always bumping. So that's probably my go-to right now.
Obviously, you don't need to get detailed here. The best championship party you hosted?
2019 St. Louis Blues.
Ooh, nice.
Not even close. We'll leave it at that.
Okay, just wait. Where did they go? That's all I want to know.
Went Wet Republic, Omnia, STK, Hakkasan, Wet Republic. It was a wild 3 or 4 days.
Damn, 3-4 days.
I had the cup in the back of my truck too.
That's right.
That's awesome.
They landed and they were like, we need a limo for 30 people. So called Drew, called the Beast, picked them up from the private airports right after their Stanley Cup parade. And it fit 30 people, but it didn't fit any luggage. So the two guys, the keepers of the cup that travel with it, there's a team of 3. They were like, we got to put this somewhere. I'm like, luckily that week I used to have a piece of shit Jeep and I sold it and bought a brand new 4Runner that week, like 3 days before. So luckily I had my new car. I was like, we can put it back here. And he puts it back there. And I'm like, he's like, you want a picture? I was like, oh, hell yeah. So he took a quick pic for me, Stanley Cup in the back of my brand new 4Runner, drove over to the MGM, checked into the Skylofts there, and we had a good time.
Amazing.
Wow.
This is going to create a little stir.
Okay.
Your favorite Las Vegas Wrangler hockey player of all time. Okay, can we go through them? You got Nucci, but at least the guys I know. Nucci, you got Ned Lukačević, you got Mikey Busto, you got I know Nolan Joseph White, Reddick, Bryce Reddick, my boys. So I know I'm missing a few. From anyone else from the Van City, Nucci?
London.
Josh London.
Josh London.
I think that's it.
That's it. Okay.
There's some before me.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot before you.
Yeah.
Tattooed Robbie, what do you say, man?
Oh, you're killing me. I'm going with none of them. So I don't cause any stirs. I'm going with, I got a tie for first place. Derek England and Adam Cracknell. Ings just retired last season or the season before, still doing it. And then Cracks is still doing it. He's with Tucson right now. He's their captain in the AHL. So
wow,
I mean, he's got to have it. It's had to been like 18 years playing pro hockey now.
Yeah,
grizzled vets.
KHL, China and stuff.
KHL, yeah. And he still hits me up. He was, I think he was up like last year, the year before with Texas and then Edmonton. He's like, hey, still your number? I'm like, hasn't changed, bro. He's like, I'm with Edmonton right now. We're coming in town. I was like, love it. So meet up, have a drink and, you know, a nice meal. And it's always good to catch up with the old Wranglers. Talk about
He's a BC boy too.
Days. Yeah, Cracks.
Wow.
Have to get him on here.
Yeah. Last question. Most famous person in your phone?
Oh, man. Oh, that's crazy. I'd have to go. I've never texted him. I have his phone number because I was in a group chat with him, but I got to go with 99. The great one.
Wow. Possibly the GOAT of GOATs.
100%.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
Wow. That's going to be a sound bite right there.
Yeah, right? I mean, I was in a group chat with him and his 2 kids, making sure they were taken care of when they came to Vegas. And I asked him when I met up, I was like, who's the other number? They're like, our dad. I'm like, okay, saving that one. Never use it. Saving it. Yeah.
That's awesome. Robbie, thanks so much, brother. That was honor. That was great to have you on. So a little ritual I have here. in honor of the GOAT, the VIP host GOAT of Vegas. I have some grappa here.
Oh, nice.
Nucci likes this stuff, right?
Straight from Italy.
Yeah. Nice little toast to Tattoo Robbie. Brother, thank you so much. All the
Appreciate
memories
it.
you gave us. Some of the greatest with the boys ever.
Still more to come.
Absolutely.
Exactly. We got to get down there. Do something with the Go Radio. Bring some swag down.
Do a
Maybe
little
get some of the
podcast-
Wet Republic
little
girls.
podcast in Wet Republic.
Yeah, exactly. Alive, maybe.
There you go.
Alive at Wet
Wow.
Republic. Get the Wet Republic girls wearing some of the t-shirts. Content, maybe.
You don't want them in t-shirts.
Cheers, man.
Get some bikinis made.
Yeah, right.
Oh, man. If we can set that up, we're there.
There you
ASAP.
go.
All right, brother.
Beautiful.
Again, thanks a lot, man.
No problem.
You're the legend down there, and like I said, we are so pumped to have you on, and we hope to see you really soon, brother.
All right. See you guys soon. Later.
Yeah, hit them up too if you're heading down to Vegas. Anybody listening or dialing in? Robbie Gallegos. What's your Instagram handle?
I'm private because there's a lot of weirdos out there. But
Or what's your website? Or
Tattoo Robbie on Instagram, easy to find. And if you send me a message first, I'll accept you.
perfect. And the website for our group? Nothing.
On my own
Okay.
website.
Okay. Sounds good.
Awesome, brother. Goat fans, there you have it. Robbie Gallegos. You're listening to the greatest of all time podcast show, GOAT Radio. We'll see you very soon with more GOAT history. See you, Tattoo Robbie.
Hey, boys.
See you, brother.
Yeah, gotta let 'em know. G-O-A-T-Y, G-O-A-T-Y, G-O-A-T-Y. Radio, best of all time, that's the ratio. Time to tune on, welcome to the show. Yeah, gotta let 'em know. G-O-A-T-Y, G-O-A-T-Y.